Hello and welcome to Beyond Common Business Secrets. I'm your host, Tracey Watts Cirino, and today we are talking about something I see happening all the time with brilliant entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, authors, and experts. Like experts, if you have a business and you provide a service and you are an expert, this may be happening to you because I see this happening all the time. You are showing up, you are constantly creating content, you're doing like all the things that the gurus are telling you to do, right? You're doing all the things. You are sharing your knowledge, you're putting yourself out there, and yet you're looking at the likes and the comments, the engagement and the views, and you're wondering, why isn't this turning into actual clients who pay me? I see this all the time with my clients and the women that I serve. So, why isn't this turning into clients? Like, why isn't my content that I've poured my heart and soul into? Why is my content not creating the sales conversions the way I thought it would? Like, why is this happening? And this is the part that might surprise you. The problem, it may not be your content, right? That it may not be your content. The problem may be that what your content is actually communicating. This is often an area that is fuzzy for experts to see within themselves because your audience doesn't buy because they understand you and your expertise. They buy when they understand themselves inside your message. They buy when they see, oh, she understands me and I think she can help me. So today we're going to uncover the hidden reason why your content isn't converting and the one shift, yes, the one shift that changes everything for you. How's that sound? Yes, I know it's exciting. I'm super excited about this topic. So I call this like section the content trap. Let's talk about the advice entrepreneurs are constantly given, right? We're constantly told, post more. Oh, create more reels. You need to be even more consistent. Share more value, like show how valuable you are. And yes, I absolutely agree that visibility matters, content matters, and showing up matters. Like you have to be in the room to get the opportunity. But here is where so many experts get stuck. They create more content without fixing the foundation underneath the content, right? Like just creating more content doesn't solve the problem because you can have 100 amazing posts and videos and so much content. But if your audience isn't immediately thinking, that's me, that's my problem, that's exactly what I need, that's what I've been trying to solve. Oh, she gets me. Your content becomes information that is unmemorable. It's just like, it's just consumed and it's information. It's not connection. And information alone rarely creates action, right? Like the connection part is what makes you memorable. So, one of the biggest problems that I see is the biggest mistake I see that experts are like that experts are doing is that they're communicating from inside their own brilliance. You'll often hear me say, it feels like you're in the glass jar of your brilliance and your expertise. And you're like, oh, that like you're talking from inside there. And I understand why. I understand this so deeply and so profoundly because you've spent years learning your craft, mastering your skills, like living, breathing, embodying the brilliance of what you do. You invested in certifications. You built a whole experience. You've developed your frameworks. You see the nuance and you see all the layers. But your client doesn't live inside your brain. I know, newsflash, right? Your client does not live inside your brain. You do. They don't wake up thinking about your methodology or thinking from the viewpoint that you're so excited to help people through. Like they don't think about it like that. They wake up thinking, I'm so overwhelmed. I don't know why this isn't working. I'm tired. I'm so tired of, I've tried everything. I need help. But at this point, I don't even know what I would need help with. And your job is to connect your expertise, like your beautiful brilliance, step out of the jar, right? And connect your brilliance to the thoughts that they're already having, right? This is the difference between explaining and communicating. Because often explaining from inside the jar of your expertise just sounds like so much jargon. And when you're not in an industry and there's all these abbreviations and all this weird stuff, people outside of your industry, they don't get it. They don't get what you're saying. And inside your industry, inside the jar of your expertise, you sound brilliant, and other people that are experts in your field, they love that. But the clients that are looking for you, that need what you have to offer, are not using that jargon. So that becomes another area. So let me give you a few examples because this is where it becomes so obvious. It's like so very obvious. So imagine you're buying a house and you sit down with a mortgage professional and they start talking about PMI, debt to income ratios, amortization, interest points. Now, none of these things are wrong. None at all. They matter. They matter deeply. But if you're the buyer sitting there thinking, and especially if you're a first-time home buyer, you're sitting there thinking, can I afford this? What do I need to do next? Like, what exactly is my job here? Uh, you don't need more of this terminology that you don't understand. You need a translation, right? You need someone that speaks your language. You need it translated to what's going to help soothe your nerves. You need someone to say, here's what this means for you. Here's what this means for your dream of owning this home. This is what your clients need from you, right? You can feel that difference. Or let's think about a beauty professional, like someone in the salon industry. They may say, when you go into the salon, they may say, we're going to create multi-dimensional color with face framing highlights. And you're like, yeah, cool. What's that? Right? And again, this is not wrong, but what does the client actually want? Typically clients are thinking, I want to look refreshed. I want to look more youthful. I have really nice eyes and I feel like they're hiding behind what I have now. So I want my eyes to pop. I want to feel confident walking into a room, right? I want to hold my head up high with confidence to ask for that raise I've been going after. Like, I want to feel confident. That is the transformation that actually sells, right? That translation, the multidimensional blah, blah, blah balayage is great if you are really educated consumer and know what these words actually mean. But clients are looking for the transformation. That's what they're going to get excited about. not the technical process. So that I know I'm getting so many ahas, right? The head nods, like, oh yeah, I get it. So it's like important to ask yourself, like, where might you be doing this in your business, speaking inside your jar of expertise? Like, where is this happening? So, um, another another one is the coaching industry because um often this happens a lot in the coaching industry. Um, your label starts to become the message. So I want to bring this into the coaching industry because this is one of the biggest places that I see this happen. And again, I work with a lot of beauty professionals. I work with a lot of coaches, authors, and speakers. So I see this often, right? These are a lot of my client base. So coaches are some of the most brilliant people I know. They have done amazing things and they have, tackled amazing milestones. And that's actually one of the reasons this happens because coaching is such a broad and beautiful industry. You might say, if you're a coach, you might say, I'm a life coach, I'm a business coach, I'm a relationship coach, right? Like we're kind of narrowing down, or as the gurus tell you, niching, right? I am a mindset coach, I'm a leadership coach, I'm a spiritual coach. I'm a spiritual business coach. Maybe I'm a manifestation coach. I'm a transformational coach, right? Have you heard all of these? You're like, okay, where is Tracey going with this? Okay. So here's the thing. None of these are wrong. They might all be true. And you could be a coach that like some days, depending on which client is in front of you, you're checking all these boxes. They might all be true. You might genuinely be all of these things from one moment or another, right? But the question your potential client is thinking about, the question they're asking is not, what category does this person fit into? They're not thinking about you. They are asking, do you understand what I'm struggling with? Can you help me get the result I want? Like, that's what's going on. Is this for me? Is what this coach is what they're offering for me? Because your ideal client usually isn't waking up thinking, I really need a spiritual business coach today. Like, I have been called a spiritual business coach like hundreds of times. But I don't know one person of all the clients that I've served over the years that has ever come to me that said, well, I woke up today thinking I just needed a spiritual business coach, right? I needed a mindset framework. I needed a transformational methodology. Like, that's not what they're wake up thinking, right? What they typically clients I've worked with at least, what they're typically thinking is, I am so exhausted. I am so exhausted from trying to figure this out. I have no idea how to say what I do. I have no idea about this technology piece. I know I'm meant for more, but I don't know how to get there. And I am so sick of it. I'm working so hard, but my business isn't growing a- as hard as I'm working. Like it feels so disconnected. I know I have so much knowledge, but I don't know how to turn it into consistent sales. I'm struggling and I'm so frustrated. I know I'm worthy of so much more, but the clients are not finding me. They're not paying me. The sales aren't rolling in the way I thought I would when I started this business. You see that? That's the translation. And I'll give you a personal example. For years, I could have described myself with a lot of the different labels, just like we talked about. I'm a coach. True, right? I am. I'm a business coach. True. I'm a I'm a manifestation and mindset coach. True. Some areas of my work, this is so true. I'm a spiritual coach. True. I work with clients that are in this spiritual space. And I believe that it is the connection of our mind, body, spirit, and the strategies that bring it all together. So, true, right? This could be true. I work with experts, authors, coaches, business owners, and entrepreneurs. All of these are true. So we're not denying that there's truth here, right? These are all true. But those labels don't create a moment of recognition. They don't make someone stop and think, wait, wait, that's exactly what I need. I've actually been looking for you, but I didn't know it, right? Here you are. The shift for me happened when I stopped leading with the title and started leading with the transformation. So instead of just saying, I'm a business coach, I simply say, I help experts say what they do so that people actually buy. They lean in and say, here's my credit card. I translate your brilliance and your expertise into money messaging that makes people understand your value and want to invest with you. And when I say that, the right people immediately know, oh, wait, that's exactly the problem I've been suffering. That's exactly what I need. I need that. Oh my goodness, how do I work with you? So that's the difference between being technically accurate, because these are all true, and being deeply understood and sending the message that you deeply understand the problem that your potential client that's standing in front of you is facing. So this is going to be true whether you're in person talking, you're talking through social media, you have your website copy, even like how you send out your emails. So this is true. I strongly urge you to take a look through what you are saying now to your clients and where can you really apply this level of translation so that your clients start to feel more understood and they start to know that you are the person for them. So, because the smarter you are, the easier it is for you to fall into this trap. That's why I see smart people struggle with this more than anyone. It's like the ironic part of all this. The smarter you are, it's easier for you to stumble and fall into the trap because you know so much. So you really are inside the jar of your expertise. You're trying to communicate everything. It's just like, I want to give you everything, every detail, every possibility, every nuance. But your buyer is looking for one thing. Do you understand what I'm going through? That's it. The fastest path to trust is not proving how much you know. It's really not. It's showing that you understand them. You understand your ideal client. You understand the problem and the pain that they're suffering with. So this like shifts so much. Like if you've been listening today and you're thinking, okay, I think this might be me. This might be the problem and the challenges I'm having in growing my business. Here is where I would start. I want you to, are you ready? So take out a pen, a pencil, and write this down. If you're driving, save this episode and go back. But I always say, if you think it, ink it, because when you write it down, it gets done. So I want you to stop asking, what content should I create? Stop asking that. Yay, right? So that's a celebration. Definitely worth having, right? So stop asking what content should I create and start asking, what does my ideal client need to hear? Like, what do they need to hear to recognize themselves, to feel understood and know that I understand their pain and their struggle? When you can answer that, and when you answer it, the content actually flows. It flows so much more. So you're going to stop asking, how do I explain everything I do? You're going to stop that, right? So isn't that great? I'm giving you stuff to stop doing instead of telling you have to add more. So you're going to stop asking, how do I explain everything I do? And start asking, what is the simplest way to communicate the transformation that I create? So, no matter what your specific industry, your specific level of expertise, what is the simplest way to communicate the transformation that I create? Because when your message becomes clear, and this will help it get crystal clear, everything in your business gets easier. Your content gets easier, your sales conversions get so much easier. They flow in. Your referrals get easier because even your family and friends start to refer people to you, even if they don't need your services because they get it. Because people finally understand what you really do. So, this is why I created my money messaging training, especially for you, because I believe your expertise really deserves to be understood, right? Not just understood by you, the expert, but understood by the clients that are excited to pay you for your expertise. Your work matters, but your message is the bridge between your brilliance and the people who need what you do. So, inside this short training that I created, I call it the money messaging training, which this training is valued at over $500, and I'm giving it to you for being a community family member of Beyond Common Business Secrets. I'm giving this to you totally for free. And in this training, I walk you through the message shifts that help you communicate your value and create content that actually connects. You can get access to the free money messaging training by visiting the link in the show notes. So they'll be right inside the episode show notes. So wherever you are tuning in and listening to this podcast episode, or if you're on YouTube, wherever you are, the show notes below will have the link to the money messaging training. So, my friend, remember, your clients are not looking for more information. They're really not. We get enough information. They're looking for recognition and understanding. They're looking for the moment where they think, that's exactly what I need. Your expertise is valuable. Your message is the bridge. If this episode spoke to you, I strongly recommend that you share it with a friend or your business bestie. And please give us a 5-star review while you're at it, wherever you tune in to your podcast. I love to read all of your feedback, and it really helps us share the show with more female business owners and leaders who need this level of support. It's such a gift when a fellow friend or business colleague shares a wonderful piece of content that has impacted them and they share it with you. It just really, really feels so good. So if you can continue to share and spread the love, we appreciate it so much. So as always, congratulations on being here. You could spend your time so many places, and congratulations on being here and spending your time with us. We thank you for listening to Beyond Common Business Secrets. And as always, stay beyond amazing, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, my friend.